People think that a liar gains a victory over his victim. What I've learned is that a lie is an act of self-abdication, because one surrenders one's reality to the person to whom one lies, making that person one's master, condemning oneself from then on to faking the sort of reality that person's view requires to be faked. The man who lies to the world is the world's slave from then on. There are no white lies. There is only the blackest of destruction, and a white lie is the blackest of all. Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged. Good evening once again, everybody. Hell's Unicorn here again, and I'm giving you a little update regarding the goings-on in Oklahoma, where an additional 25 delegates were being selected. Now, in my previous video, I had mentioned that we had 9 out of 15 district delegates. These were separate delegates. They were at-large delegates that were being selected. And eventually what happened here, if my sources, which are local Oklahoma media, prove to be correct, is that the state party, ergo the pro-Romney party, tried to pull another Missouri. In other words, they tried improperly adjourning the convention without conducting the official business of the convention. There were no votes cast. The entire thing was simply shut down, and once again, the legitimate delegates reconvened outside and completed and actually redid the entire convention outside. The only difference here is that we didn't have SWAT teams coming in. There were people over on the Mitt Romney forum that were saying that there was a huge surprise coming in Oklahoma. If this is what they had in mind for a surprise, I am very, very disappointed, because this is not going to work. It's against the bylaws for running these conventions. It will not stand. I mean, even if Mitt Romney owns the entire National Republican Party and decides to stop all the delegates at the door, he is going to find himself in a civil court soon after, trying to justify breach of contract. You see, the dirty little secret here is that even though there's no criminal law being broken here because this is a private entity, all of these little rules that we've been going over here, like the rule regarding the binding of delegates via the unit rule not actually being binding at the National Convention in Rule 38 and so on and so forth, these rules constitute a contract, and anybody who pays for the privilege of being a member of the Republican Party is taking part in that contract. And if there be a breach of that contract, there is an actionable circumstance as a result. This can be taken to civil court, and I can tell you one thing right now: even if Mitt Romney manages to cheat us and gets the nomination, he will not win the election, even with all of the advantages that he's been given by his idiot competitor Barack Obama, the current incumbent. This is not going to stand. Even if it results in the entire party imploding and not being able to field a strong candidate in this election, it will not stand. This didn't work in Missouri, and it's not going to work either in Oklahoma, with or without the SWAT team. So I think it's pretty safe to say that we swept this convention. There may be some bumps down the road, but I think it's pretty safe to say that we pulled this out. So feel free to go to the article that I have linked in the description. This is Red Dirt Report. This is a local Oklahoma affiliate that was actually there on site and witnessed everything, straight from the horse's mouth, unlike the idiotic mainstream media, which just gets all their information from the Associated Press, who I guarantee you was not there in any way, shape, or form. So this is good news. Hopefully I'll be back on a little later tonight to let you guys know what's going on in Arizona. Until next time, with prudence to myself and benevolence to all of you, good evening.